including the issue of Egypt. And
when you scroll, you see when.
Everybody here can agree on absolutely one thing, which is it is not
what they believe, which is the globe, or ask them to research flat Earth.
This is a cry for help, please.
Spinning ball lie when there is no measurable curvature.
Flat Earth clown show is right.
Maps provide a picture of the world we live in. We can navigate with them, find out how long it is between places, show others where we live. Those who think the Earth is flat have the same need. Working maps. But do they have working maps? Historians do not know for sure when the first maps were produced, but most likely it happened thousands of years ago in present-day Turkey and later in the high cultures of Mesopotamia and Egypt. When these maps were drawn, no one knew the shape and size of the Earth. In ancient Greece, 700 to 300 BC, cartography was developed in a significant way because the Greeks made astronomical observations the basis for the design of the maps. Greek thinkers also calculated that the Earth was globular, but according to the worldview of the time, it was the Earth that was the center of the universe. Using the Sun, the Greek mathematician Eratosthenes, c. 275 BC, 194 BC, calculated that the Earth's circumference was about 46,000 kilometers, which is only 6,000 kilometers more than the actual circumference. As with much other science, cartography was also neglected in the Middle Ages. Church theology permeated people's thinking, and the worldview assumed that the Earth was the center of the universe. Opposing oneself to the Church's worldview and the structure of the universe could be associated with danger to life. However, it is a myth that all the people of the Middle Ages considered the Earth to be flat. Most people formed at this time knew that the Earth was round. The myth that the people of the Middle Ages considered the Earth to be flat was made in the 18th and 19th centuries to ridicule the Church and people's knowledge during the Middle Ages. However, no one knew for sure how far the distance was around the Earth, or what diameter the Earth has. This uncertainty was one of the reasons why the great voyages of discovery were delayed until the end of the 15th century. After Christopher Columbus discovered the sea route to America in 1492, he died in 1506 still convinced that he had reached Asia. The cartography developed as more and more discoveries were made. In retrospect, the cartographers concluded that the Earth was not just a round globe, but that the globe was actually relatively flat at the North and South Pole. During the 19th century, the development of cartography continued as scientists and explorers made every effort to visit the last white spots on the map, which also happened sometime in the 20th century. The development of aviation during the 20th century meant that, for the first time, humans were able to map large areas of the air with the greatest precision. And even more precisely, it became after the first satellites were launched into space in the late 1950s. For us modern-day people, a comprehensive world map is no further away than in your smartphone's mapping service. A GPS navigator, global positioning system, satellite navigation, is in every smartphone, and if you want to know where a place on Earth is located, there are several different map services available to help you quickly find the right one.
When you scroll, you see when.
This man made a map of the flat Earth. According to him, there are no satellites. What technique did he then use to measure distance? Same as the 60s maybe?
The tellurimeter. It works like an echo sounder, sending out high-frequency signals, measures distances of 30 miles. With it, 4 men measured a 6-mile baseline in 2 days in a job that took 42 pre-war surveyors nearly a month to do with the old tripods and steel tapes. It used to take 2 men a whole year to do the map-making mathematics that these adding machines and electronic computers can do in an afternoon, with a girl to help. You know how you can take 2 flat snapshots and look at them through a gadget that turns them into 3 true-life dimensions, stereoscopic vision? Well, the map makers do the same with this machine. Air photographs of mountains stand up in 3D, and a floating dot enables the viewer to trace every contour on the map at his elbow. Stereo plotting has made mountains into molehills as far as the hard grind of map making is concerned. Royal Engineer officers and nearly 4,000 Ministry of Agriculture officials are working at full pelt in the Ordnance Survey.
To make flat maps of a globe, different map projections are required. A good video explaining this can be found in the description of my video. On a flat Earth, no projections are needed. Those who think the Earth is flat, what scientific methods do they use to create a map? And now over to Antonio. He tries to show where Athens is on the map he created.
Here is Athens. Athens. This is where Athens is. In the real world, I will show you with my map, which shows it even better than this cockamamie program called Google Earth. This is a line to see where Thymandan plotted his Athens. Aye, the pudding them. So look, it goes from the south coast of Sicily through the boot, through the heel to Albania. Okay, which is what I said in the message. No dim, it showed where I show where Athens is. You had a dot in Albania. So, just bear with me. Here is a screen grab of his video. I will play the video this screen grab comes from in a minute, where he's talking about this little portion. Here, X marks the spot. That's where Athens is. Not in Albania, in Greece. Not in Albania, in Greece. See? From the south coast of Sicily, through the boot, through the heel. Oh, there's Albania. Athens, it's over here. Okay, so I have something else prepared. Just bear with me. Okay, I'll do the other display stuff for a minute. What a dumbass and his followers. Just how utterly stupid.
The Earth is not round. Satellites do not exist. Nevertheless, those who believe in a flat Earth use Google Maps and other services based on the Earth being round. I think they are clowns.